Gives a job. Go on, gives it. Gives go on. I could do that. You don't have to walk straight, I can walk straight.
Anyone my age will recognise that. Yozza Hughes, Boys from the Black Stuff, 1982. I think it was 82. I was about 11. I think it was 11, 12 years old. I'm sure it was 82. Boys from the Black Stuff. But yeah, that's what this video is all about. Gives a job. So, if you've been watching me on social media, or watching my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, not the Vaping with Vic one, you will have realised that by now the e-cig 1 thing didn't quite pan out. So the original plan was for e-cig 1, I was to do product presentation videos for them. Just the same thing I was doing for SX Mini, essentially. The exact same thing I was doing for SX Mini. And I mentioned that YouTube was becoming notoriously anti-e-cig. Bogan got videos like 24 videos pulled down. I've had videos pulled down. Mike Vapes has had videos pulled down. It's happened to practically everyone, and that set alarm bells off over at e-cig 1's side, because the way they were looking at this, so I make 40, 50, 80, 100, 200 videos for them, and then like 5 or 6 months down the line, well, probably not 5 or 6 months, but more like a year down the line, YouTube would just randomly start deleting them. Yeah, it didn't sit right with them. That's probably one of the reasons why the e-cig 1 YouTube channel, nothing much has been going on with it recently. At least up until I started doing the few videos that got uploaded. So the other road we went down was blogs, because e-cig 1 writes a lot of they write a lot of blogs, because they've got a blogging team over there. They've something like two or three central bloggers, with Shane himself being the main blogging dude. Part of the reason I done videos, now, it's not as if I can't do blogs, because I've done one on my own vapingwithvic.co.uk website, which is now up to something like fucking 5,000 views because it shot up the Google rankings. But I don't do blogs because of one major reason. I'm good at writing, but I type with 2 fingers. Yeah, that blog took me about 4.5 hours. And that's not including the further 2 hours that I took to spell check it, grammatically check it with Grammarly, and make sure all the bullet points were correct, make sure the info was correct. I don't do blogs. I don't know. That's why I do videos, because videos are far fucking easier for me to do. So we basically decided to part company. Now, it's not as if it's like we're not talking anymore, because see that there? All of that. Half of that came in from e-cig 1 for review. So the original deal, the first deal, which was set up, it wasn't set up, but Jaff Vapes, how you doing, Jaff, got in contact with e-cig 1 about me originally saying that I'm getting nothing in for review, because a lot of these big companies are no longer sending stuff out. So the original plan is still in place. e-cig 1 are essentially going to be sponsoring reviews by sending in hardware. However, it means I still don't have a main job, because YouTube, what you're watching right now, including rumble.com, isn't making any money. So the YouTube platform's been completely demonetized. I'm not getting a penny now from YouTube, not a damn thing. And there's not enough views on Rumble, and I'm not doing live shows on Rumble for that. You've got to do live shows over there to actually enter the partner program. So the only money that I'm actually getting in is from Patreon, and I'm only getting about $250 a month. Yeah, that's the reason that I went down that road with SX Mini in the first place. It was basically the main job to keep Vaping with Vic afloat. So I'm basically left with a choice. Either I just shut the whole thing down and walk away and go and do something else, Or I try and get another job. I'm looking at the weather. I don't know what it's like for the weather for anybody else, but it's fucking rough outside today. It is fucking battering down me. I don't know if the mic's picking this up. It is battering down me rain out there. And it's not looking too good. I might end up with a swamp for a garden in the back door soon. But yeah, it's either walk away from this because this is not sustainable anymore and just go back onto basically universal credit, or go back onto ESA and shut the YouTube channel down. That's choice number one, and to be honest, it's the easiest choice, because that way I just sit back and do nothing. Or I find another job in the industry. And that's what this video is about. It's basically a yozzer. Gizza job. That's what it comes down to. So if you're an e-cig manufacturer, or for that matter a vape shop in the UK, and you want to hire me to do your presentation videos, I'm up for hire now. I was doing it for SX Mini for the past year and a half, doing product demonstration videos for them, product info pictures for them, doing the occasional live show as well, which was originally going to be the plan for eSig 1. I will say, if you're going to go down this road of hiring me, I will recommend that you open your own store channel on rumble.com. Don't rely on YouTube, because no, YouTube's going anti-e-cig, we all know that. But not only are you basically going to be hiring someone that knows the ins and outs of the business, but I will be willing to write blogs for your website if you're running a website. It's probably going to be an online shop, a big online store, or a big manufacturer that does end up hiring me, right? Either way, you're going to have a website, and I would be willing. Now, I'm not a prolific blog writer, because that blog that I done for my own for my own website took me the better part of a fucking day. All the typing, and again, two-finger typing a blog that long. Jesus God, it got painful at the end. Put it that way. But I would be willing to write industry-based blogs, tied into an industry-based video, like, you know, the after effects of the disposable ban that we're looking at right now, what could be coming for UK vaping over the next couple of years. I mean, there are also plans for future blogs on my own website, but I'd be willing to do it on a third-party shop or on a third-party manufacturer's website as well. So yeah, I'm basically up for hire. That's what it essentially comes down to, and it's either I stick with a job in the e-cig industry, or I just go, fuck it, finish off that pile there, and then walk away back into ESA and live off the taxpayer. And I don't want, I mean, it's sit back, chill out, and play video games all day. It's thought compelling, but I've been down that road before, and you end up in a rut. You end up in a rut, especially with the way the ESA's been going right now with the merge into universal credit. When you're thrown into the employment support allowance heap, you're essentially forgotten about. And I don't want to end up back on ESA again. And this time round, I would need to shut the channel down. Everything would need to be shut down, because I would be coming off of being self-employed. I would need to shut down Vaping with Vic as a company and get rid of all the channels and all the social media, because I'll be on the sick. I will not be able to work. Yeah, simple as that. So that's the two choices I've got, folks. Simple as that. I would rather keep plodding on with the health conditions that I've got now, rather than shut everything down, walk away, and go back into the rut of being on ESA. And plus, I'm 50 years old next year. Getting a job when you hit 50, when you're unemployed, or getting a job when you hit 50, when you're coming off of ESA and you used to be self-employed, no, they'd rather go for somebody younger. Any employer would rather go for somebody younger and in who's better health. A lot better health than I'm in right now. That's why I would not like to go down the road of being back on ESA. Simply wouldn't. Nah. Because if I was to go back into ESA again, I probably wouldn't come back out of it for about half a decade. And by that point in time, I'll be 55 years old. I'll be on the scrap heap. Yeah. So I'd rather get a fucking job. Yeah. Get a fucking job. That's what I would rather do. So yeah, if you're a vape shop, more than likely one of the bigger vape shops, I've already sent emails off to Vape Club and VPZ. I've sent emails off today, actually. But if you're one of the bigger vape shops in the UK, or you're a manufacturer and you want me to do the same kind of thing that I was doing for SX Mini, essentially running your UK marketing for you. That's what it basically comes down to. Doing presentation videos for products on your website, doing the occasional blog, because I'm a fucking slow-ass typer. Yeah, send me an email, victor@vapingwithvic.co.uk. Email address is down in the description. That's it from me, folks. Have a good one.